Good morning, everybody. So, I did not expect to be back so soon, but there was something that I did that I wanted to share. If you watched my video on yesterday, the first 15 minutes, for those of you all who started watching on IG, was on my IG page within the last 15 minutes of my YouTube posted video. I was talking about how my beefsteak tomatoes, they had just grown completely out of control. I had not pruned them. I had not done anything. And I actually decided after doing the video and looking back, I just put on some music and I grabbed some cutters and I just decided to go crazy and I ended up pruning them. So if you did not see that in the last 15 minutes of the video, if you want to see what they look like before I prune it, check out the last 15 minutes. But look at what I did, you guys. I got that down from all of those suckers, all of those extra branches, to now I have a branch going up every one of the bars here on the window. It's really kind of cool. The plant in the back here only has 1 liter. I thinned that down to a single stem, but the one here in the front that's leaning backwards with the gangster lean, this one has 4 branches that I let stay. And it's so crazy because all I did was just start cutting things away. I was cutting away anything that didn't have flowers already on it, or just, I don't know, I just started cutting. And then when I stepped back at one point, I realized, wow, look at how I did this. It ended up being so perfect. It kind of has like this bonsai thing going on. So now you can see in between all of these suckers and all of these branches here, you can clearly see the fruits that I have still on the plants. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, it looks like. But then I have all of these flowers where there are more fruit set to come on. But it just made me so happy to do this because it's like it's so perfect the way that there is a sucker going up each one of the branches. Um, but it was really hard when you allow a tomato plant to get that big and then decide that you want to prune it. It's an emotional thing because it's like, look, this is the pile over here where I cut away all of the suckers, and these were like full grown ass plants on this one tomato plant. And so just to see how it ended up after I got done cutting. And then I tied up all of what I chose to leave. And I'm so happy about how this looks. This plant here in the front, despite how many suckers I allowed to grow on there and to stay, it's just such a healthy plant. The one furthest to the right is healthy as well, but it just is such a happy plant. And now it's like I can like just really stand back and I can see what's coming on. Now any other smaller suckers, I actually did like reach in and pinch those off because I don't want any more suckers to grow in on the plant. But all the ones that I decided to just go ahead and let leave, the creation, like the pattern, like the design, that how they ended up being sprawled out and going up, it's just so absolutely wonderful. I did top, that was, if you, the video from yesterday, that was much taller on the plant furthest to the right. and I went ahead and made a very hard decision. I chopped off the rest at the top, and there was another sucker that was growing on close to the top that was huge, and I whacked it off, and that's what made it single stem. But this other one here, it just created this beautiful pattern as I was just kind of blindly, I guess, but not so blindly, but yeah, kind of blindly just going in and cutting uh, all of the extra away. And I'm so happy I did this. It was hard, but at the end of the day, I'm really happy with the results of how this turned out because the plant can get so much more airflow. I wasn't dealing with really any disease despite the fact that this was an heirloom tomato plant, but just that it's getting so much more airflow now. It can start setting more fruits. So I'm really looking forward to seeing how the next couple of months, how it does over the next couple of months now that I made that decision to go in and prune. I'm super happy. Well, y'all just look at this. I know I showed you guys on yesterday, but I am just so in love with my garden. Do you see this damn? Look at how big and green and beautiful that Cocozelle squash is. Y'all, I'm just so grateful. I am just so happy. There's a couple other things that I'm going to show you guys just really quickly that I noticed since coming out this morning that were not even there yesterday. So I'll be right back. So this was the other thing that I wanted to show. I had sowed some turnips in here, and only a few of them ended up coming up. Well, probably more than a few. I showcased this yesterday as well. So I sowed some more. But I just sowed these seeds like 2 or 3 days ago. And this was, of course, you noticed yesterday in the video, they weren't here. And so when I woke up this morning, all of the turnips that I had sowed, and now the tire is full. Now again, you heard me talk about my battle with cutworms. Oh my gosh, the cutworms have been so problematic. But in the meantime, in between time, all of my turnip plants, I originally had golden ball turnips in here, and those got wiped up. These are purple tops, and over the last 2 or 3 days, I planted them, and now these are all up. Every place where I planted them is a full lot of turnips in here. So again, I don't know if they're gonna still be here tomorrow. I'm certainly hoping so. But for now, everything I lost in here is now back up and running. So I'm really happy about that. It just amazes me like how you could do a video one day and like literally come back out the next day. None of these had started coming up yesterday before I had posted that video. And then I get up this morning and every place where I planted purple top turnips, there is now seedlings there. So I'm really excited. I'm not going to get too excited because I'm going to have to keep a really close eye on these. But as for now, I have turnips in here, you guys. So I'm really excited about that. So I think I'm going to leave it at that. I also planted, when I was talking about my fall garden, one of the things I left out were southern mustard greens, and those have come up as well. I had just planted those 3 days ago, and I looked over in the pan, and those are now up as well. I'm not going to show those. I'll just show those again in a couple of weeks when I come out with another video, just to see how they're growing along, to see the difference between what I have down here so close to the ground and what I have up on the table and the pans, to see that could be helpful for anybody who could be battling with pests. to get your, your plants, your starts up off the ground, plant them, put them up on tables or something like that. So I'll save showing those for the next video. But I just wanted to show this. So that's going to be it for now, you guys. And until next time, namaste.